Good morning. I'm here at a familiar campsite. Becky and I were here last year for our backpacking trip, and I'm coming back for a one night. I'm breathing hard because I think, well, my back feels a little heavy, but I haven't had it on with gear in it all season, so I think I just need to practice carrying the weight for a while. But tonight is just 3 miles in. I noticed that there were a couple of two men that were camping together, it looks like. So hopefully there'll be a campsite. If not, I'll try to figure something out. Thank you, trail crew. That would have been a big one. I suppose you could have crawled under it, maybe. But that was a big one that fell. There's the old cabin. Still pieces of it left. Can't be too much further from camp. I can see the blue water, so just a few steps to camp, and I will, looking at the camera now, and I'll show you when I get to camp. You see the blue water. Sign should be right up here. And hopefully there's a campsite for me. I'd like the one that Becky and I had, if my tent will fit in that pad. It had the best beach, I think. There it is, Plowboy. Get close to the sign. Okay, there it is. Plowboy. So I made it. I made it to Plowboy. I'm at site number 1, which has a nice beach. There's a tent on the site that I was hoping to get, but I think this is probably better because I don't think that my tent probably would have fit in that tent pad. But it's hot. It's 86. I'm going to go for a swim in a little bit just to cool off, and then I'll sit here and read my book for a while. But I'll show you around camp. However, first, I want to show you my view. This is Upper Priest Lake. A lot of people boat up here, and there are campsites that are over there, and they a lot of times take those. My friend Becky and I are hoping to get one of them in a couple weeks. They are charging. I found out they just started this year. However, the Forest Service gals came up and they said that since I didn't have any money, that was okay because I didn't know, but they are charging. And it helps pay for them coming up and cleaning out the pit toilets and putting new picnic tables, painting things, that kind of thing to make the campsites nice, which I kind of understand. So hopefully we'll be able to get a site over there. If not, there are dispersed sites, I guess, all along there. We might nab one of those, but we'll just have to see. So I'm on the beach. And I'll show you the beach. It's really nice. I got a lot of butterflies right now. They're all over. But this is Site 1. It has a picnic table. I've got my little bag on top of there so they can't see my tent from here. But anyway, there's a fire pit here. And these food areas are not very far away from where you're camping. There's the bear box over there. I got some of my stuff in there. I usually put a lot of stuff in there so that critters don't chew on it. The pit toilet is right there. Unfortunately, my site, a lot of people can walk through it because there's a trail coming in. But there's my Gossamer Gear 1. This is the second time that I have put it together. I put it together yesterday and struggled with it a little bit, but I think it's okay now. And I did bring my accordion fan mattress. I'm glad I did because I'm not sure if I have a hole in my my pad, so hopefully I don't. But anyway, that's gonna be sleeping for tonight. So that mountain right there is the Shed Roof Divide, or Shed Roof Mountain. And I'll pan over a little bit and I'll show you a little snowy top. There's a little snowy top. Right there. You see there's lots of boats, or lots of boats. There's one right now. There's a dog across the way too that I keep listening to. Hopefully he doesn't bark all night. And I think something was spilled right there because the butterflies have just been here the whole time I've been sitting here. I think they're eating up something. Not sure what it is. It's very pleasant. I just took a dip in the water and that was nice. Didn't bring my suit, but I just, don't tell anyone, but I just stripped down to my underwear and got it out there just to cool off because it's like, oh yeah, I'll show you the temperature. You can see that. It says 86. That's a loon out there. Keeps diving down. I hope I get to hear him. Their call is so pretty. I haven't seen many ducks out here right now. When my husband and I were across the way on the other side of the lake, they were so noisy. They didn't stop yakking until about 11, and then they woke up at 4. So we didn't get much sleep that night. So sitting here in my chair just enjoying the view. Well, so far, 3 of the campsites are occupied. Of course, I have one, and there it looks like it's a dad and a son, and then 2 gals and about 3 kids. So maybe it'll be full tonight. It's only about 3:30, and there's plenty of time for the other 2 to get filled up. There was an older couple that showed up, and he was just looking at the area because he had been here 6 decades ago, and he said there's an ancient trail here someplace that he was on it or he helped put in. I don't know, but it was interesting. They came and just looked a little bit, and he said yes, it's changed quite a bit. So I don't know what that means. A lot of trees or just the campsites or something, I don't know. And I thought the mosquitoes would be bad. Not so much yet. It's the flies. They are everywhere, and they keep landing on me. So hopefully the mosquitoes don't start in too. It's still pretty early. It's still pretty warm. It's very quiet. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody is asleep. People across the way had a fire last night. My neighbor over here had a fire. I don't know how long they stayed up. I went in about 8 and read, and I think I fell asleep around 9:30 or so. 9 or 9:30, I don't know. Woke up at 11:30. Woke up again at 3:30. 3:30 it was starting to get light already, so the light comes in, it wakes me up. But I'm going to pack up my gear and then have some coffee. I'm all packed up. Took me about an hour. Watch the sun come up. It's not all the way up yet, but just starting. And the water's beautiful. Watch that duck. Nobody at camps. The camper is up, so it's still pretty quiet. No boats, nothing. So I'm going to head out. Got things to do today because my husband and I are going to go out this weekend. Or try to, at least, and do some kayaking. So we'll take you along for that too. I definitely learned a few things that I don't need on my backpacking trips, when it's hot anyway. I was pretty warm in the sleeping bag that I had, so I've got a thinner one. I'll bring that one, and a couple other things that I know I don't need. So it was good to come out. Actually, it was a little boring because I was by myself and I was reading my book, and I read my book for hours. I can see why through hiking would be appealing to me for maybe a week or so, just so I could get up, go spend the day hiking, then make camp, and it wouldn't be as long of a day, but it was still a great day. It was beautiful. I love being up here. It's so pretty, looking at the mountains and the water and the animals and watching the people. So, another great day, and I'll wrap it up when I get to the end of the trailhead. I'll double check to make sure that I didn't leave anything. That was my bedroom. Okay. Hiking out of camp. So people came through in fat tire bikes last night. It was kind of late too. It was almost 9 o'clock, but I guess you can go pretty fast on those things. And I think they were e-bikes from the sound of it as the one gal was going up the hill. The woods are kind of dark, but be a good hike out, nice and cool. I should have asked that older man that came into my campsite and was looking around and said he hadn't been here in 6 decades, that if he knew anything about the log cabin that was up here, he might have. It's got a lot of history up here, a lot of interesting history. This is a popular trail, and it's an easy trail. It's not a difficult one. There's really no elevation to speak of. Oh, a dead mouse. That's the first time I've seen a dead mouse on the trail. You can bring your e-bike in, your mountain bike, which a lot of people, I guess, do. A lot of trail runners. I met one this morning with his dog, and he apologized because he thought he spooked me, which I didn't even see him, but he didn't spook me. I didn't see him. Oh, just heard a woodpecker. So I am almost to the trailhead. So we made it. I made it. I made it. It's good. I'm going to cross myself off of the registration so they know that I made it out. Good hike. Even though it was a little boring, it was good to be out. It was nice. I had a nice swim. Had a nice time finishing up my book. And it was very peaceful. And it was great to see the ducks and just relax. See you on the next one.